the set on the days that she wasn't working, but she always came at meal times. And I said, you're just like your drinking calendar, anything but nothing. You come in, anything and off you go.
She was lovely. Listen, it's so lovely to hear you both reminisce. It really, really is. So you'll always be hobby to me, I have to say. But how did you feel when did you look back at those families? You watched it?
I felt it very difficult to watch them. The Shiva was being rerun. I watched it. I really, for the first time, was able to enjoy it together and see just how brilliantly written it was.
But you know, there's a guy who does, she came up and she pinned the medal on though, and she said, I don't watch your programme, but my husband loves it.
How do you think the royal family would have coped with lockdown? Probably would have been more or less the same as their normal life.
The cigarettes would just be a lot higher in the ashtray than they would.
Jim was just going to say, Barbara,
the clock to the year 2002 as we look back at a 20-year-old youth debate. And speaking of things in the past, remember the newspaper? Well, while we were looking through the archives, we pulled out some of our favourite touchy-feely moments from the show, just to make us all feel a bit
completely unnatural, but it is. I mean, what is your advice for people on aeroplanes? I mean, what is the etiquette? Is it because the trouble is, if there's a bunch of people all round and you don't know one another, and somebody does, and this terrible smell wafts up like in a lift, can you?
No, I know, because we find it funny. But as I say, it's a natural bodily function. But on an aeroplane, fortunately, there's usually a fairly intensive air conditioning system that's going round. And often you can't smell it, and usually you can't hear it because most people have got earphones on. But if they can, you just have to apologise. You can smile and say sorry, but there's nothing you can do about it except if you feel like apologising, you apologise, and you just have to hope nobody notices. Trouble is, poor old Greg was, wired up, and he did have the courtesy to wait till the teeing off had happened. Oh, hang on, it wasn't Greg.
Now his Newsbeat with Tamsin Kent.
A top secret criminal chat rooms taken over by police. More than 700 people have been arrested by police who've hacked into an encrypted phone network used by criminals. Murders and drug deals across Europe were regularly discussed on EncroChat. Here's Newsbeat's Tracy Ollerenshaw.
The National Crime Agency, which tackles criminal gangs in the UK, monitored millions of encrypted messages on the network. They worked with police across Europe for 3 months. It says the operation's a game changer, even stopping people being killed. A load of firearms, more than 2 tons of drugs and £54 million have been seized. Newsbeat.
Big names in music want the government to do more to protect the industry. Coldplay, Ed Sheeran and Little Mix are among those who've written a letter to politicians asking for an end to VAT on tickets and an extension to the furlough scheme. They say months of cancellations and festivals have been tough. Dan Morris is a promoter.
The UK music industry is worth about £4.5 billion to the economy each year, which is vital, which means that swift, decisive action, I think, needs to be taken.
The government says it wants to help, but many in the industry are already getting support. Year groups should be in separate bubbles and students encouraged to stay away from each other is part of new government guidelines for how English schools should work from September. Critics say it's asking too much. Michael Ferry's a head teacher.
It sounds quite impractical. Students will be in 6 lessons every day. Does that mean they're going to move within their year groups? Are we going to segregate them? It's very difficult to do a science experiment if you're stuck in a maths room and all those practical limitations.
Airbus has announced details of where it'll cut jobs in the UK. 1,435 posts will go at its plant in Broughton in North Wales and 295 at Filton in Bristol. Looks like Johnny Depp will be taking the Sun newspaper to court next week. It's over an article which called him a wife beater. The paper had tried to get his claims thrown out. And in the Premier League, Man City take on champions Liverpool tonight at the Etihad Stadium. Kick-off at 8:15. This is Newsbeat, more at 2:30.
Definitely feel the energy on this side of the house.
It's always colder on this side too, specifically in this room. And I've had friends who have stayed on this bed and experienced something sitting on their chest.
And are they experiencing things from the hallway?
They'll see a shadow figure walking up and down the hallway, peeking its head into different rooms.